Okay, so we have day 3, and I'm going to try and improve my videoing skills.
And I'm going to try and improve my drawing skills and do a GHV Airfield Savers day 3
Okay,
caption card.
here it goes. Yes.
Here we go.
I have actually checked in with Julian and asked if he minds my being so irrepressibly rude about his balloon drawing skills.
See worse.
And he has assured me that he doesn't mind. I didn't mean to be rude.
Not rude, it's just just truthful.
I love the
I
V's.
can't- I
I'm
can't
really
draw.
anticipating the V's. They're my
Yes,
favourite.
V's, yes.
Here we are.
I thought which way to go around with the V.
That's not too bad.
V,
Yeah, good.
a little dash,
Oh, look at that balloon dash. The skill,
and the A.
the anticipation.
Got to get the spelling right as well.
I know. Make sure all the letters are in there.
and to make sure that it all fit as
Yes.
well.
So many things to consider.
Oh, make sure the F. Oh,
I think you
I'm
might be
in the
getting
right
better.
room. I.
Oh, yeah. Look at
Now
this
the
thing.
E's going to be a difficult one. I'm going to get the E wrong.
There we are.
E.
This just goes to show
L.
that you're never too old to get better at something.
Oh my God, don't speak too
He's
soon.
done it,
I've
look at that.
got another word to do yet.
Oh, I
Yeah,
think that's
Field.
quality.
The S is the worst one. I never know where to start doing the ballooning bit from. It's like,
Yes, I can see that.
A's are good because they're just a.
Enjoy your A's, do you?
Yeah, I enjoy the
That's
A's.
good. Enjoy the A's, good. Oh, here's another V.
V's are difficult. I've probably gone wrong with this one.
No, I'm
No,
quite
no.
disappointed now because your V's are actually quite good. I was really hoping for some, material there, but no.
I've got to do. I've yet got to do another S, and that's going to be the issue.
Oh right, I'm going to enjoy this then. Thanks.
Yes. Yeah. Where do I go with the S? I've gone the wrong way with the S.
I know, it's brilliant. So much fun. They both look as if they're upside down, but they're
Yes.
still S's. Okay, and
Three, four.
day.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot that, haven't I? now I've reduced the amount of space that I need. Oh, so I'm being so clever there.
We'll have to get him to do lowercase letters next.
Oh no, I can never do lowercase letters. 3.
3.
Oh, no, that's a problem.
There we are. There we are.
I've really
Yeah.
messed myself up here. I don't do 3. Oh yes, there we go. That's not easy.
I'm so glad you didn't disappoint me.
Actually, you ought to be better at doing this. Cause haven't you had the
Yes.
had the experience of the air traffic control doing the backwards writing on the
Fighter
clear-
control, yes, fighter control.
yes,
Writing
that sort of
backwards
stuff.
on the boards.
On the board, yes.
Do you realise
So
where I used to be a fighter controller is now a museum?
Is it?
Yes, I'm a poor.
So you're a museum piece now.
museum
Go and get
piece.
yourself dressed up and go and
Yes.
be an exhibit in
It's
the
appalling.
control. There we go.
There we go, right.
GHV Airfield Savers Day 3.
Perfect, on we go. Cheers.
Super.
Okay, here we are again. This is day 3 of GHV
Airfield Savers.
Airfield Savers. We're back at the airfield, and what
Still with the tatty windsock.
Oh look, yes, I've got the windsock in. Well done, me. We've got an addition in our midst, whom you may see, and that is Coco, my brown rescue dog. She's a snaffle hound of the first order, and Julian has given her a new name instead of Coco.
GHV Air Dog 1.
So there you are. As he says, every airfield ought to have a dog, and now it seems like we have one, and she's certainly going to be very, very happy here. Our plan for today is to walk the length of the airstrip. If we can do that in 10 minutes, I'll be stunned, so we may not do that within the time of this video, but we can report back afterwards. Shall we start?
We shall start, yes.
Okay.
And the runway direction is 0321.
Yes. Not that you can tell from this video,
Yes.
but yeah. Cool.
And also we're going to be discussing a little bit more about what GHV is all about as we saunter
Yep.
down the runway. Keeping
Yes.
a good lookout at all times, both down the runway and up the runway into wind and downwind, just in case anything's on the approach, because there are quite a lot of light aircraft flying around here.
Yes.
And if you never know who might want to do a touch and go or call in,
Yep.
even though it is a PPR arrangement
Airstrip.
airstrip at this moment in time. but it's always a good idea, and one thing we'll have to put into the heads of our youngster recruits, that you need to be careful
Yes.
on an airstrip at all times.
Yes.
Okay, GHB. So Sally, what's GHB all about in your opinion?
Okay, so back to me. In my opinion, GHB is about facilitating the joy of aviation in this case, young people aged 8 to 18. You don't necessarily have to want to fly, but just being air-minded and appreciating the beauty, the glory, the fun and the freedom of the air can come in many ways. You know, if you're mechanically minded, generating something that actually gets airborne. If you're artistically minded, portraying that in some magnificent way. Or just philanthropy, just supporting the whole enterprise, looking after runways, keeping the grass cut, being on the ground radio. That was my first entry, in fact, into becoming a pilot. I got my ground radio license. My first entry to the air was as a parachutist. I started jumping out of them at the tender age of 16, purely because I wanted to beat my brother, who then joined the army. He was a year older, still is a year older than me. And I thought, wouldn't it be funny if I jumped out of an aeroplane before he did? Because he had to go through ground school, military ground training, and also parachute ground training. He joined as a boy soldier at 17, and I lived in Suffolk by Ipswich Airport as it was then. And there was a parachute club there, so I joined the parachute club, jumped out of an aeroplane, and then when my brother came home on leave, I showed him my logbook. That was hysterical. And then a few years after that, I was at college, still parachuting, and he came and collected me at home on leave, and he showed me another logbook that he'd gained, and it was a private pilot's license, and I was gutted. I went, no! And that gave me the interest to transfer from the back of the aircraft, falling out of them, to the front of the aircraft, flying them. So I got a flying scholarship. I'll give more details perhaps in the fullness of time if this enterprise that we're undergoing takes off.
When it takes off, not
When
if.
it takes off. But one of the joys of flying was not just flying, but the camaraderie, the spirit, the glorious freedom of just the hanging about, watching others, getting airborne, prepare getting airborne. Oh man, there's something about it, isn't there? It's a feeling.
Oh, yes.
And Julian has the same story, I think, about his gliding. I'm going to hand back over to Julian now.
Yes. Well, you can hear.
What's GHB for you, Julian?
Very much similar to you. My experience again was my father was in the RAF, but he also flew light aircraft and gliders, so I spent a lot of my time at light aircraft airfields up and down the country and at gliding fields, where I gradually got given lots of trips in light aircraft and gliders. I had little interruption when I was in the Air Training Corps, where I got my A&B licence on the old open cockpit T31s, Slingsby T31s and T21s. Then went back into civilian gliding again. And again, gliding is very much a community sport. Everyone gets together, everyone has to help out. You come for the weekend or come for a Saturday or a Sunday, early on in the day, get the gliders out, do all the fettling and getting them ready to fly, getting the tug ready, fueling it up, and then suddenly realising that there's either low cloud or too strong winds, so we have to wait for a little while. Everyone heads into the clubhouse, has a good old natter and drinks coffees and teas, and food is available there.
So much.
And then conditions suddenly improve and everyone dashes out. Let's go!
Get
Quickly
airborne.
down to the launch point.
Yeah.
To truck the gliders down, get the tug out, and away you go. And then have a lovely day soaring and flying. And then the same thing happens at the end of the day, putting them all away. Again, and back into the club room, chat about the day and what's going on. So it's a whole day. It's just a huge team experience. You need a team of people, and it always, in my opinion, it's worked very, very well. So GHB is to get youngsters into this sort of activity.
Yeah, and experiencing.
Yeah, and experience, yes.
Yeah.
Where it develops teamwork, it develops self-confidence.
Yep.
It develops all of the things that the education system wants to do these days with the STEM.
Coming into that,
Yes.
yeah, exactly my point, if I may.
Yes.
I thought, don't know whether I interrupt you in mid-flow there, but I really get that it's education through experience, but also it's team building and resilience and teamwork through adversity, because as you've just said, sometimes the weather is adverse and sometimes there are challenges that need to be resolved, and just in hanging around this kind of environment, you learn by osmosis. We have actually written a curriculum
Yes.
for GHV, loose in capital letters, because the learning is experiential. Through it, an immense number of ticks will be achieved on the education curriculum, purely by being here and experiencing what goes on at an airstrip.
Yes, it
carry
covers
on.
the science of flight, for the ESP, I think, the technology that's involved in creating and maintaining aircraft and creating and maintaining airfields.
We have a rising skylark. I don't know whether you can hear that. We disturbed the skylark. It's on the rise. It's over. You won't be able to see it, but it's up to our left.
Yes.
Carry on, Julian.
Yes.
Science, technology,
And I can't remember what the E stands for now.
education.
Education,
No,
well, it's all about
No.
education, isn't it?
we'll come to that.
Yes,
Oh, engineering.
engineering, yes,
Yes.
engineering, which again goes back into the whole how you actually build planes in the first place and how you maintain them again. And we put an A in there. In fact, the A comes before, comes after the E,
Yeah.
which is A for arts, because there are lots of arts involved in aviation. If you look at the wider area of arts,
Yep.
we've got there's a Guild of Aviation Artists, actually
Yes.
paint and draw aircraft, but there are also lots of authors
Yes.
who are well-known ones, particularly to the aviation world, like Richard Bach and Saint-Antoine d'Exupéry.
Yes.
But there are also people like Frederick Forsyth, who wrote The Shepherd, Roald Dahl, who was
Roald Dahl, yes.
really big in
I was thinking of
aviation.
him.
His early novels are all about his experiences flying during the war.
Yep.
And musicians as well. Lots of musicians are into aviation.
Yeah.
Bruce Dickinson from Iron Maiden,
He's
Dave
yeah,
Gilmour
huge.
built Pink Floyd, had a Nat. Gary Newman, very famous for having a white American
Oldfield.
warbird, T6 Harvard.
Yes.
Yeah, so many people, so many, and actors as well. We've got lots of different types of actors. Harrison Ford from the States, but in the UK we've got David Jason, who's a King glider pilot. Nicholas Lyndhurst again. Most of the crew from the old original Top Gear. James May.
Yes.
Lots of interesting actors and TV personalities are all very keen aviators.
I think that the key is that it's a creative endeavour. Getting airborne, again, it is a creative endeavour. The fact that we managed to get off the ground in the first place is
And not to
extraordinary.
forget the very last
Go on
letter,
then.
M for mathematics.
Oh, and for mathematics, of course, to
Yes.
STEAM.
Which you do need to have a decent idea of mathematics for your navigation
Yes.
and your weight balance and
I want to
everything.
stress that you'd have a decent basic idea. It is really, you don't need advanced mathematics.
You don't need advanced
I'm
calculus.
proof
Well,
of that.
to fly you don't, but if
No.
you become an engineer,
Well, if you want to
Then
go
you
into
will, yeah.
engineering and mathematics, yeah, sure. I mean, the sky's the limit.
Literally.
Literally. Right, I'm just pausing now because we're
Yes.
coming up to the 10-minute mark.
Yes.
I just want to check where we are. I'd say
halfway down the runway, I think.
we're about halfway, maybe a bit less than halfway. So we're going to carry on without you and maybe give you a report
Report back at the end.
of what we are, or either at the end today
Yes, yes.
or another day. But we'll certainly make a video of what it's like at the end.
Yes.
But for now, I want to thank you for your attention. And
We'll
that's
say
for today.
ciao for now.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers. Away.
Right.
Yep. We're down at the far end of the runway.
Here we are.
Yes.
It took us another 10 minutes
Yes.
to walk down this far. So whatever it is, whatever the length it is, which we will find out, it's a 20-minute stroll.
I'm fairly certain it's 1,300 metres from
Yeah, that was my guess. And I don't know whether you'll be able to see this really, but behind me there's another bridge across the watercourse, and so the length of the runway is about the length of the watercourse, which is very handy if we want to move into waterborne operations. And
if the drainage ball will give us permission to
well, yeah, we'll have to ask the drainage board. No, well this is the ditch that marks the end of the runway, which is not going to be that easy to see. But there's a lovely field beyond if you end up having engine failure and want to
and a field beyond that.
plan straight ahead. Yes, yes.
Several fields beyond that. I think.
Wow,
So,
yes, we're in the middle of field land.
Yes, you've got no real problem with engine failure. Horse landings in this area.
Not if we're facing this way. Although
Yeah.
today, of course, the wind is indicating that we would fly in the other direction, and we
Yes,
don't know
right,
what there is beyond yonder trees.
I think There's
But
fields beyond the trees as well.
very probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
right down this end of the runway there is actually a bit wider, so it's useful if you've got a really big aircraft to turn around. But
Yes.
I think the original owner is saying that this part of the runway
This last third.
might go, or
Might
last
go.
quarter might
Last
go
quarter.
for agriculture. We're not sure yet, because
Yeah.
it would be ideal if it stayed.
Yeah.
Have another runway across onto that bit of waste over there.
Yes, we'd really like to make a triangle
Yeah.
set of runways. That would be really good. But we'll see, one step at a time, small steps. But that's just a little bonus, really.
Yes.
So to show what it is at the end of the runway,
Yes.
apart from more grass.
Yes.
Cool.
That's it.
Coco's had a great time.
Great time. Yes. Start charging around.
Catch you later.
Catch you later. Bye.